Hi guys, welcome back to Susan Hira YouTube channel. Today we're going to discuss science progression test. Is paper 1 guys, from the year 2025 for stage 8 with me Susan Tutor, and this is how you can reach out to us if you have some difficult question or if you are interested to join our online tuition. So the duration for this paper today is 45 minutes and we'll go through the question. Total mark is 50, and overall there is question 1 up to question 15. So 15 questions. So what if it's like for covering 45 minutes in 15 questions, it means one question maximum is 3 minutes. Okay guys, let's get started. For this video you can study long as we will pause in each number and with the timer, and if you need some more time I pause anytime. Alright, let's get started. Okay guys, number 1A, look at the diagrams of joints in human body. Each joint is circled. Now draw a straight line from each type of joint to match the joint in the human body. Draw only 2 lines. Type of joint: ball and socket joint, hinge joint. Alright, joint in human body. Okay. When the timer reaches 0 we will reveal the answer. You may pause if you need some more time. Okay, let's check out the answer. So it's a ball and socket joint is here. This one. So the ball and socket joint in here connect the hip bone with the femur bone that is in the upper leg of our body, so that allow us to walk, run. Next, the hinge joint is in our elbow, so this connect our upper arm with lower bound, and this is the elbow. Alright, so guys, this is what it looks like. Hinge joint is like the joint that allow us to bend our lower arm upwards or lower it back, so it's like a hinge of a door or hinge of a laptop. So this is our elbow. It connect our upper arm with the lower arm here. This is the humerus bone and this is the ulna here. Alright, now this is the ball and socket. This is between the hip bone and the upper leg, so this allow rotation, movement, and it's named based on its shape because it has like a ball shape and a socket. Okay, let's move on. Okay guys, now number 1B. So 1B says write down the name for the pair of muscles used to move a hinge joint. Okay, all the time given, so you have idea what is the answer for this. We'll reveal the answer when the timer hits 0. Right, so guys, it's a antagonistic muscles. Let's take a look what is it. So antagonistic muscle is muscles that work in opposite. So in here, when we lift up our lower arm, so the biceps contract and the triceps in the bottom part relax, and when we lower it back, so the triceps now contract and bicep relax. So these two muscles work antagonistically, so to enable us to lift our lower arm or put it back down. Alright, let's move on. Okay guys, question 2. Atoms are made of protons, neutrons and electrons. Write down the charge on a proton. A. B. Write down the charge on electron. C. Atom consists of a nucleus surrounded by a cloud of electrons. Explain what holds the particles in an atom together. So you'll be given time. When the timer again hits 0, we'll reveal the answer. If you need some more time, you may pause this video. Okay, let's check out the answer, guys. Yep, so positive is a proton and electron is negative, as is always been like that, and nucleus is neutral. So what holds the particle in atom together? So it's between a positive and negative charge of proton, electron. They attract each other. So here there is an electron with a negative charge and then positive charge from the proton nucleus, positive, and then there's negative. It move around. So this negative and positive, they attract each other because opposite charge attract each other. That's what holds atom together. So positive and negative charge, they attract each other. Okay, we hope it's clear. Let's move on. Guys, number 3. Mike is flying on a plane from Australia to Canada. The two airports are 15,000 kilometers apart. The flight takes 20 hours. Calculate the average speed of the plane. Include the units for speed. In your answer, show your working average speed and with the unit. Okay, when the timer hits 0, we will reveal the answer. You may pause if you need some more time. Let's check it out, guys. So it's a average speed is 15,000 divided by 20 hours. So we cross this 0 and 1,500 left over 2 is 750, and the unit we derive from the question itself is kilometer over hour, kilometer per hour. Okay, well, in case we want to calculate this manually, so 1,500 divided by 2 is, take 2 digit that's bigger than 2, so 15, 1, 5, so 2 times 7 is 14, subtract 5 minus 4 is 1, put down the 0, and 2 times 5 will be 10 in here, subtract, got 0, put down the 0, and we have 0 here. So that's how we got 750 km per hour. Okay, now we are number 4. Aiko hammers different nails into blocks of wood. Aiko uses the same hammer, the same force, and identical blocks of wood. Explain why she finds it easier to hammer the nail into block A instead of block B. Alright, here is the timer. So when it hits 0, we will reveal the answer, guys. Okay, so let's check out the answer here. So the nail going into block A has a sharper tip, you see, and so it has less surface area, so there's more pressure, so it becomes easier compared to this one. Alright, let's move on, guys. Now number 5. There are millions of asteroids in the solar system. The table shows information about 4 objects in space, A, B, C, D, with their distance from the sun in kilometers and diameters in kilometers and year of discovery. So 2 of the objects are planets and 2 of the objects are asteroids. Which 2 objects are asteroids? So here, and explain your answer using information from the table. So when the timer hits 0, we will reveal the answer. So guys, the answer for 5 is B and C. The reason, the size of asteroids are smaller than the size of planet. We can see the diameter here. These are the two smaller diameter compared to A and D. Okay, let's take a look of what is asteroid. So here we go. This is asteroid. So this is asteroid belt. It's between the Mars and Jupiter, and it made of rocks with smaller size compared to diameter of planet. And in here you can see it's between Mars and Jupiter, and there are four main largest asteroids, so the name is Ceres, Vesta, Pallas, and Hygieia. Alright, let's move on. Well guys, we are in 5B now. Okay, 5B, Blessy looks at description of some objects in the solar system. Here there is Ceres, the one that we described just now as the rock of asteroids, and these are the descriptions. So Blessy knows that 4 of the objects are asteroids because of their description. Which object is not an asteroid? Explain your answer. Okay, when the timer again hits 0, we will reveal the answer. Okay guys, check it out. So the answer is Hale-Bopp. Description: ice, dust, and gas. Information from table to explain why this is the answer. It doesn't have any rocks. It has only has ice, dust, and gas, which are the materials used to make comets. Okay, let's take a look of comets. Well guys, comets is made of dust and ice. They're small and icy objects which occupy the outer solar system. Okay, these are pictures of comets, and it has the path that is ellipse path for comet. You can see here, while asteroid is in here. So that's all. Next, well guys, now is 5C. Vesta is one of the largest asteroids in the solar system. Vesta orbits around the Sun between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Describe how Vesta was formed. When the timer hits 0, we will reveal the answer. Okay, so it was being formed from rocks left over when the planets were being formed billions of years ago. Alright, that's the answer. However, if you have any other answer, you may write down in comment section. That will benefit other viewers as well and helpful for others. So maybe the idea is about objects collided in outer space and broke up into asteroids. That is also possible. Next. Okay guys, question 6. This is about pollution in ecosystem. Okay, the diagram shows the impact of releasing chemical waste into the sea. You can see here from the diagram, chemical waste enter sea. This is the amount, and goes into the food chain and go here. Minamata disease affects the nervous system. The disease is caused by levels of above 20,000 ppb parts per billion of mercury in the body. Explain why the fisherman developed Minamata disease. So you have to cover 3 points in here, as it's 3 marks. Okay, let's reveal the answer when the timer hits 0. Are you ready guys? So this is the example of correct answer. So fishermen eat the large fish which already has a a lot of mercury, and fishermen eat. So guys, the fishermen eat the large fish which already has higher level of mercury here, because it keep accumulated and build up along the food chain, and the fishermen eat a lot of dish with fish, and so mercury will accumulate as the mercury cannot be excreted out, causing fishermen to have higher mercury level, so they develop the disease as the mercury is also toxic. Okay guys, so this is the answer. We hope it's clear. Okay guys, number 7, Jamila investigates the colored dyes used to make an ink. Jamila uses paper chromatography, draws a start line in pencil on the chromatography line, and places a dot of ink on the start line here, and puts the chromatography paper in solvent as shown in the diagram here, solvent, and then waits until solvent has moved up the chromatography paper. Okay, so you see the information there. Here, this is the solvent front and start line. Question A, Jamila puts her ink and pure dyes on a pencil line rather than a line drawn with an ink pen. Explain why. So time will be given. When the time hits 0, we will reveal the answer, guys. Okay guys, so here you get the answer. Here is graphite is not soluble in water, so it won't affect the results. Okay, let's move to question B. Measure the distance in millimeter from start line to dot A, and then to the solvent front. Fill in the blanks. And part 2, calculate the RF value for dot A with the equation. RF is distance from start line to dot A over distance from start line to solvent front. So RF in here. See which colored dyes are present in the ink. Alright, so this is the ink sample. Now for this question is best if you have this paper printout, so the PDF link will be given in the comment section once this video hits 20 likes or 1,000 views. Alright, and timer will be given for this. When the timer hits 0, we'll again reveal the answer. You may pause if you need some more time. So this is the explanation here. From here we have 37 from starting line to dot A and distance to solvent front from start line to solvent front is around 42 millimeter. RF is the retention factor, so based on that we divide 37 divided by 42. If we divide manually, this is 37, so we put 0 point to get add 0 here. So 42 times 8 is 336, and then subtract, we'll get 34 and add one more 0 because we have put a decimal in front, and times 8 again, we get 36. Subtract, we get 40, and 40 is less than 42, so we add 0, so it's 0.88 is the answer. Okay, so for this one, the RF, the final value is 0.88. So we hope it's clear. This is the distance from starting line to point 8, so this is with this mark, and then starting line to the solvent front is this line, this distance. Okay, so we got 37 over 42. And question C, which colored dyes are present in the ink? So since we see this 1 2 3 is matching to this 1 2 3, so it will be red and blue and green. Okay, that's all guys. Now we are in question 8. Oliver uses a compass to help him find his way when he's out walking. He asks his teacher to explain why the compass helps him find his way. The teacher uses a modeling clay to make a large ball, pushes the magnet into the center of the ball of modeling clay, and the teacher uses an analogy. So okay, question A, pick the correct sentence about the analogy. The teacher modeled the earth by using a magnet to help Oliver find his way. The teacher modeled the earth by putting a bar magnet at the center of the earth. The teacher modeled the earth with the core of earth behaving as a magnet. The teacher models the earth's magnetic field pattern. So which one is your answer? And question B, the teacher puts a small plotting compass onto the surface of the ball, modeling clay. Yeah, so the magnet is inside. What does the plotting compass represent? The teacher's model of Oliver finding his way. Okay, A and B. Time is given. Once the timer hits 0, we will reveal the answer, guys. If you need some more time, you may pause this video. Okay, so in here we see the correct answer. The only correct answer is the teacher modeled this earth with the core of earth behaving as a magnet, because in the core of earth there is iron, and then in rotation behave like a magnet. Okay, so not this one, and no, that is a model. Putting a bar magnet at the center of the earth, that is not true. It is just a model. The core of magnet behaving as a magnet. Okay. Now, what does plotting compass represent on the surface of the ball? It represents how Oliver uses the compass to find his way. Alright, let's move on. Okay guys, question number 9. This question is about ecosystems. A, look at the pictures of 4 different ecosystems: marine, bushland, tundra, and rainforest. So guys, question 1 A, Savia writes this dichotomous key to identify the 4 ecosystem. Okay, so there is table to fill 1, 2, and with question, is the ground around the trees very dark? So we have to provide question 1, 2, and the answer in here is yes. And then if yes, it's marine, the ecosystem is marine. As no, go to number 2. And number 2, if it's yes, we have to go to the 3. If it's no, this is the ecosystem is tundra. If it's yes for 3, is the ground very dark, it's rainforest. And then if no, is bushland. So rainforest and bushland is done in number 3. So our option for 1 and 2 is only marine and tundra. Okay, when the timer reach 0, we will reveal this answer. Okay guys, so here is the example of correct answer. So we see here if yes is marine, so we have to ask a question about marine. Are there fish in the ecosystem? Because marine is identical with fish. The answer is yes, then it's the ecosystem is marine. Now if it's no, we go to number 2, then the answer should be a tundra. For the number 2, the yes should be tundra. So what is specific about tundra? So are there trees in the ecosystem? The answer is no, so that will be tundra. There's no trees in the tundra. And if yes, go to number 3. The option is either bushland or rainforest. Alright, we hope it's clear how we complete this answer. And for part 2, look at question 3 in the key. Suggest one other question that distinguishes between the bushland and the rainforest ecosystem. So both have trees. So how do we differentiate? Besides the trees are the ground are very dark in the rainforest. Yeah, because of the trees are very dense. So we can say are the trees packed closely together, or something similar to this. Or in bushland, the trees are a bit far apart from one another. Alright, let's move on. Okay guys, now we are in number B. Hornbills are birds that live in rainforest. The main predators of hornbills are snakes. The snake population rapidly increases. Describe the effect on the hornbill population. Alright, timer. Okay, so when the timer is 0 again, reach 0, we will reveal the answer for you. Okay guys, let's check it out. So in here we see that the hornbill population will decrease. I believe you know the answer, because snake will eat more of the hornbill. Alright, let's move on. Guys, 9b part 2. Eagles are predators of monkeys and some farm animals. Monkeys often feed on fruits, nuts and seeds. Farmers who keep animals sometimes kill eagles. Farmers who grow fruit encourage the protection of eagles. So, suggest why farmers use different evidence to support their attitude to eagles. Timer will start, and once it hits another 0, we will reveal the answer. Oh guys, let's check it out guys. So in here we'll see number 9b part 2. Farmers favor the evidence that best suits them. Means the farmer who keeps animals will use the evidence that support their benefits, for their benefits. So because eagles will eat their pet farm, the pet animals, so the farm animals, like farmers who grow fruit will support, take the proof that eagle will be protected, as eagle will eat the monkeys which feed on their fruit. So it will be biased. The farmer will use different evidence that for their, to suit their interest, that best suits them. Alright, we hope it's clear. Let's move on. Alright, 10. Ahmed dissolved different masses of glucose in water to make different volumes of solution. Look at his result. A, B, C, D, E, and mass of glucose in gram, start from 0.5 up to 6. Volume of solution in cubic centimeter. This is randomly given. Now, concentration of glucose in gram per 100 cubic centimeter of solution is displayed in here. Question A. Calculate the concentration of glucose in solution C in gram per 100 cubic centimeter. What is the concentration guys? So timer start. Okay, once the timers hits 0, we will reveal the answer guys. Okay, let's check it out. So it's full. How do we get that? And this is the concentration in 100 cubic centimeters, while in C the volume is 50, so to go to 100 we times by 2, and then of course the mass of glucose dissolved will then be multiplied by 2, so it's 4 gram in 100 cubic centimeters. So that is the concentration. Right, let's move on to 10b. 10b, look at the results for solution A, solution B, D and E. Which solution has the most glucose particles in 100 cubic centimeter of solution? Circle the correct answer. Explain your answer using information from table. Okay, once the timer hits 0, we will reveal the answer. Okay, let's check out the answer guys. So it's a D, as concentration of solution D is the highest in here, is 25. Highest means most glucose in particles. Let's move on. Okay, number 11. Rajiv investigates the reflection of light. He places a mirror on a sheet of paper against the edge of protector. Now shines a beam of light towards the mirror. A, suggests a value for the angle of incidence. Come on guys, you can do this. Remember what is angle of incidence? Once the timer hits 0, we will reveal the answer. The second time 0. Okay, let's check out the answer guys. So it's a here is a 36. How to get that idea? So we see this is a incident angle is between the normal line and the incident ray. So here, so we get this one is about 54. From here to here is 54. So since this is a 90 degree, so to get this angle we will subtract 90 minus 54, that is 36. Okay, we hope it's clear. Next, B, write down the law of reflection. Timer. Once it reaches 0, we will reveal the answer. Okay, let's check out the answer, guys. If you need some more time, you may pause this video. 0. Now here, see, the answer is incident angle equals to reflection angle. Okay, we hope it's clear. So, and this is normal line and this is the border, so incident angle is always equals to the reflection angle. Okay, I and R. Alright, let's move on. Okay, question C, explain why it is difficult for Rajiv to measure the angle of reflection accurately. So just how Rajiv improved his investigation to measure this angle more accurately. So timer. When it reaches 0, it hits 0, we will reveal the answer. Okay, let's check out the answer, guys. So it's the beam is too thick, we can see here is spread out. And how to improve? By covering the front part of the torch. This you're using a slit, so it will be like a narrow beam of light. Right, let's move on. Okay, guys, 12. Angelique learns about climate change and how temperatures around the world are changing. She finds a graph on the internet that appears to show average global temperatures are falling. This is not what she has been thought. Look at the graph. Average global temperature in degrees Celsius. This is from the year 2015 up to 2022. Complete the sentence. Choose from the least appropriate, biased, fair, reliable. The data has been chosen to show a trend that is different from that which is accepted. The source of information is timer. When it hits 0, we will reveal the answer. Okay, guys. Okay, let's check it out. So it's bias here. As you can see, this is not what she has been thought, because there's a trend of decreasing average global temperature from 2015 to 2022, so it seems biased. So let's take a look at the next question. Instead of declining, the global temperature should actually increase as we are facing global warming. So guys, now 12B, Angelique knows that the Earth's climate changes over time, which is the best way for her to show how climate changes over time. Take the correct statement. Look at how global temperature changes every month for 10 years, every year for 10 years, over a period of 100 years, or over a period of 1,000 years. Okay, timer. Let's reveal the answer, guys. So only correct answer is over a period of thousands years. So the longer the better. So the best way. Climate changes happen over time. So by observing a longest period, thousands years. Okay, let's move on. Guys, question 13. The question is about aerobic respiration. Complete the word of equation for aerobic respiration. So something plus oxygen is something plus water. I believe you know this. Let's reveal the answer quickly. So it's glucose plus oxygen produce carbon dioxide and water. That is aerobic respiration. Let's move on. We are in 13B. Name the part of a cell where aerobic respiration takes place. Alright, should be easy if you remember biology. So the correct answer will be, once it hits 0, we'll check out. Okay guys, check it out. So it's a mitochondria. That's where the aerobic respiration takes place in our cells. So guys, this is the mitochondria of animal cells and also plant cells. This is where the respiration takes place. Alright, let's move on. Okay guys, number 14, Lily investigates the reactivity of some metals with dilute hydrochloric acid. So she investigates zinc, copper, magnesium and calcium. In her first experiment, Lily puts 25 cubic centimeter of dilute hydrochloric acid into a beaker, adds 0.5 of zinc to the beaker. Because the time it takes for the reaction to finish, she repeats the experiment 3 more times, each time using a different metal. Lily writes this hypothesis: I think that the order of reactivity of the 4 metal is magnesium, calcium, copper, zinc from top to bottom, from most reactive down to least reactive. Look at her result: metal, zinc, copper, magnesium, calcium. This is the table of her result. Time for reaction to finish in second is 125. Does not react 42 and 25. So question: do the results support her hypothesis? Yes or no? And give explanation. Use information from the table. So timer is given here, right? So once the timer hits 0 the second time, we will reveal the answer, guys. So think and put your thinking skills. Okay, let's check out the answer, guys. So guys, for this answer, the answer is no. Use information from the table. Copper does not react, so it should be the less reactive as it does not react with acid, and the most reactive should be the calcium as it takes on 25 seconds, so least reaction time, and then followed by magnesium on the second place and zinc being the third in the list. Alright, let's move on. Okay guys, 15, Yuri makes an electromagnet. Write down a list of the equipment he needs. Describe how he uses these equipment to make the electromagnet. You may wish to draw a label diagram to help you answer the question. Equipment and method, 4 marks, guys. So let's score this. Okay, when it goes to 0, we will check out the answer, guys. Okay, check it out. Okay guys, so this is the example correct answer. This is the diagram: power supply, battery, and the nail, and the wind around the nail, and then it will attract the paper clip. So our equipment will be iron rod, in this case is nail, wire, and the power supply battery. So method: wind the wire around the iron bar and connect it to the power supply. Alright, let's move on. That's the last question. So if it's possible for you to do favor for us, as you have this paper video might have benefit for you. So if it's possible and it's free, please subscribe as it's free, share as it will help many people, like as it will encourage us to make more video like this. Hype, and it costs you nothing but means a lot to us. Super thanks if it doesn't burden. Alright, okay guys, today's discussion is conducted by Study with Tuition Online. We cater for all this subject and this program. Email us if you are interested to join with our online tuition. Subscribe and ring bell so you'll not miss any of our latest video, as we keep updating daily, weekly, monthly. And check the link below down describe, as there is free resources from grade 3 up to grade 12, and also calculus and for pre-course. Bye bye and see you for now. If you have any question, any difficult question, you can upload in Google Drive, send the link in comment section. We will see what we can do for you. And bye bye, and don't forget to give likes to the video, as it will encourage us to make more video like this. Bye bye and God bless you.